Once again, a warm welcome to the channel Flight Sim and other stuff, and it is the 20th of June. Wow. Where is the year going? Okay, short show this week. I've got a couple of things about X-Plane. Now, I don't usually talk about those people that have got lots of money, people like PMDG, but I am going to give them a quick mention this week. Rafael Santos has changed his website, so quick mention to them. An update on VHEMS, which I've talked about the last couple of weeks, which I've been having a lot of fun with. And what else? Oh, yeah. I've been doing a bit of help. A couple of people watching the channel on the FSOS and the videos on that, and they've been experiencing a couple of problems, so I've been helping them out, and someone suggested, why don't you use Discord? So I'm in the process of setting up a Discord server, and if you've never used Discord before, I have, but I'm nowhere near an expert. I use it for our Flight Sim Club, and that's about all. I'm just a consumer. I just suck in. So I'm going through the learning curve on how to set that up, but hopefully the Discord server will be up shortly, and that will allow me to offer some help, screen sharing and things like that, and do one-on-one or group help if you've got any problems with any of the tutorial videos. Anyway, let's get into the news this week. And what have I found? What have I been looking at? Well, of course, I've been spending an awful lot of time in Microsoft Flight Simulator, and because I just love the visuals. I think it looks fantastic. And as I've said before, X-Plane is beginning to look a little bit washed out these days. Now, there is... there are videos out there. X-Plane has been working on some updates to their lighting, and it looks very similar. Some of the screenshots I've already seen to Microsoft, but what I have seen, and I gave this one a quick try, I fired up X-Plane last night and put this file on, and it actually works quite well. New textures for the clouds. Again, I know there's Real XP and other stuff like that, Active Sky, but I really like supporting people that are doing the work. And so this Sky Enhancer, it didn't affect my frame rate at all, even in VR. So give that one a try. Again, links will be put into the show notes below at the end. Excuse me. Moving along, what else did I find? I found this one. Well, I didn't find this one. I did this one. I got the AXTouch Mini. I talked about it a couple of times, and there is a video for this, how I did this setup, all of those buttons. I've done a video. You'll see it on the YouTube channel. If you don't want to do all the work and you don't want to program it all up yourself, I have actually uploaded the template to flightsim.to, and that will give you the FCU, most of the buttons on the FCU on your AXTouch Mini. This is a great device. I was working with Leo Bodnar boards and some dual encoders, but the Leo Bodnar board's about, what, £35? The dual encoders are about £15 each. This is... this gets a little bit expensive. You can pick up this box on... you can pick it up on Amazon, I think, for about £40, something like that. I love it. It's a great one, and I'm going to be doing a lot more on this along with the Stream Deck. So, well, like I said, if you want to download it, download that. Now, of course, all of this is for Microsoft Flight Simulator. And moving along, lo and behold, xplane.org, you can download this. It is for the Bayringer AXTouch Mini. Haven't had a chance to give it a try. Like I said, I haven't been doing a lot of flying in X-Plane over the last couple of weeks. Good evening, Dasho. I've actually got someone live. Yeah, so the AXTouch Mini on X-Plane now, as well as Microsoft Flight Simulator. So, quite impressed by the work he's done there. Like I said, I haven't personally given this one a try, but give it a go. If you're still on X-Plane and you've picked up one of these AXTouch Minis, you can now use it on both. Moving along, some news I picked up about JarDesign. So they've got an A340. I'm not going to review the product. I'm not going to buy it. I did buy the A320, and there was lots of promise it was going to be VR friendly and everything else on X-Plane. It is, of the two A320s I have on X-Plane, I've got this one and the I can't remember, flights. I just can't remember the other one. The other one's a complete disaster in VR anyway. It's great in 2D, but in VR, no. The JarDesign, I am really disappointed with the support. So it wasn't an inexpensive aircraft. I think when I purchased it 3 years ago, yeah, about 3 years ago, it must have cost me about £70. The updates were few and far between. VR has never been fully implemented on it. So I am sorry, JarDesign. I don't trust you to update the plane. Hi, Bo. Good to see you joining us. For those that are just tuned in, like I said, I am trying to set up a Discord channel as well, but we'll talk about that next week. Moving on, PMDG. Yes, I did. Years ago when I was on P3D, I bought the PMDG 737. An amazing aircraft. If you want to get into flying and really get into flying and do everything properly, then PMDG, without doubt, are supreme at it. I wonder how good they can be in Microsoft Flight Simulator due to the constraints, but let's assume they've done just as well. It's interesting that they've chosen to start with the DC-6 though. It is good value. It is very good value. It is what, £50 or something like that. It's not available on the
DC-6 for Microsoft.
Let's turn that down. It's not available on the Microsoft store at the moment for some unknown reason, perhaps because Microsoft want to take a cut. So you have to download this from the PMDG site. And all the videos and all the reviews of it look amazing. The only thing is, of course, the DC-6 needs 3 people to fly it. A pilot, a co-pilot, and an engineer, a bit like Concorde. So how realistic can you get? Now, all the advertising says and the blurb says it's got an AI flight engineer who will take over the flight engineer's role for you using AI, which is, hey, that's a great idea. Am I going to get it? No, I'm not going to get it because I do fly with a virtual airline, and unfortunately the virtual airlines that I fly with do not support vintage aircraft. So spend £54 to go joy flying? No, I don't think so. When they do the 737, yes, most definitely I will probably buy it, particularly if they're going to come out at this sort of price bracket, the sub £60 price. Which is where Microsoft are going. Be interesting to know how good the flight dynamics are and everything else. And there was another one I tried. Let's quickly flew it today. It's lovely. So Darsho flew the PMDG. Easy. Let the flight engineer do all the engine work. Yeah. That leads me to this one I found. You must have seen this one on, let's go to Microsoft. It's down here. It's one of the, yes, the Lockheed Martin Raptor. Now, I downloaded this and had a fly around this. It's free, so hey, that's a big plus for me. It looks really, really good. In fact, I would go as far as to say this is better than the F-16, which you have to buy. The only thing is, I don't know how realistic it is, because I'm not a pilot and I've never flown one of these. Never flown any fighter aeroplane. This thing here, if what they've developed is what the real aircraft is, God, the rest of the world's in trouble, because you can do whatever you want with this. It is amazing. It turns on a circle. I mean, I just can't believe that it's as nimble as it flies on here. It feels, well, it feels like an arcade. And I mean, it's a really good arcade, but is it realistic? I don't know. But it is free. Now, the only downside I would say, and they are still on version 1. Oh, there's been an update. Let's have a look when the change logs. Yeah, I'd found that this did have a bit of an impact on the frame rate, though. So in VR, I was having to back things off, which I didn't have to back off with the DC F-16. So, but if you want to bomb around at Mach 1.5 and do the Mach loop, I did do the Mach loop in this, but unfortunately the frame rate got so bad and so stuttering, and then the recording crashed out on me altogether, so I haven't been able to record a flight in it yet. It's worth a punt. It's not going to cost you anything, is it? Finally, last couple of things today. Rafael Santos, I've mentioned him before. He's got some great plugins for Microsoft Flight Simulator. He's changed his website. The website is flightsimulator.me now. He's got some real good plugins, and this Beechcraft Baron G38 got Avitab. Oh, I can't wait for someone to make an Avitab type product for Microsoft Flight Simulator. There are a couple of items that are nearly as good as it, and you've now got Navigraph. You can get Navigraph in the in-game panels now. You can get little nav map and lots of little different things, but Avitab puts everything into one application in X-Plane. It is the best plugin in X-Plane, and if you're in VR, it's an absolute must. And Avitab has got Navigraph built into it as well. So he's got the standard Beechcraft Baron, the G38, and he's done his mods on it. Awesome. G1000, yeah, this is looking really, really good. So, yeah, well, you can look at the video in your own time. And finally, helicopter pilots. Helicopter flying is. Oh, I've got to stop that because I've got noise in the background. So I've flown about a dozen flights so far with VHEMS, and it's getting better, and the interface is being updated. So the first couple I did, they were only doing medical emergencies. They've got limited police routes on it now, and it's great fun. Again, I tried to record it, but the recording crashed out halfway through. So I'm going to have to do this one again. I just had too much stuff running on the same computer. I'm going to try and do what I do with streaming and unload the recording onto a separate PC, see if that works any better. So the basic scenario is you fire up the aircraft. At the moment it has to be the H135, and you sit in the office and you wait for the teletype. You just get a computer screen, a DOS type screen, an alarm goes off and it tells you where to fly to. My only observation is, and this is probably because I'm in VR, I'm flying at sort of 750 to 1200 feet, and I'm trying to find a fire engine. I've got to tell you, people are dying before I find the fire engine and manage to put the aircraft down. But you put the aircraft down, you get the passenger on board, and then you have to take them to an appropriate hospital. It is great fun. Of course, it's all free. I love the way it injects the emergency services into the simulator. Unfortunately, the 135, it's probably a bit like that Raptor. It's incredibly, I find it incredibly easy to fly, even on the advanced settings. Unlike that other helicopter from Mach, the Bell 47, which I can now take off and sort of land or bounce along the ground. I call that landing. Anyway, that's where I am so far. As I said, I'm going to be working later tonight trying to get my head around Discord so we can do some live support for anyone that needs it. And perhaps you can offer me some live support. Until then, he says coming back. That's all I found. It was a short one this week. I've just been too busy making other videos and too busy having fun flying. So we'll be back hopefully Tuesday. Yeah, I missed the live flight on Tuesday. We were doing a live stream. We did the shared cockpit a couple of weeks ago and we're going to repeat it on Tuesday. Unfortunately, I had all sorts of problems with I use Voice Meter Potato. If you've never heard of it, it's great in X-Plane for moving sound around and doing all sorts of clever stuff. There is some videos on the channel about Voice Meter. But for some unknown reason, the update from Microsoft, whether it was the Flight Sim upgrade or Microsoft's upgrade last week, whatever, my sound card crashed and I had to uninstall Voice Meter. I had to uninstall all of my sound drivers and reinstall everything. And luckily, it's all back to normal now. So that's it. I really, really do appreciate the couple of guys that have tuned in. I'm going to try and make it a little bit more interesting next week. That's it, yeah. So as I usually say, enjoy your flying. Please stay safe. Oh yeah, I will be here Tuesday. I'm not here the following Tuesday, going to Barcelona. I'll tell you. For real, I'll tell you about that next week. So enjoy your flying, take care, and a very good night to you. I hope to catch you soon. Bye.